Hi scholars, welcome back to another day of Read Aloud with me, Miss Luna. And today we are going to be finished reading our story, The Life and Times of the Ant. So cool. So I know we read half of the book yesterday. And really quickly, what kind of book is this? That's right, it's a nonfiction book. It's a... Alright, nonfiction book chant, get ready, go. Awesome job, scholars. So, we know that in our nonfiction books, it has text features. It has... right now, I want you guys thinking in your head, what are some of those text features? What are some of those text features that we saw in our story yesterday? Yeah, we saw headings, labels, diagrams, and a table of contents at the front of our book. Awesome job. Really quickly, what's a table of contents? What is it? What is it? Yeah, a table of contents tells readers what page the section is on. Let's do that all together. Get ready, go. Table of contents tells readers what page the section is on. Awesome job. So today we are going to finish reading the rest of our story, and then we are going to fill out the last part of our K-2 chart. What does the K stand for again? What does K stand for? Yeah, it stands for what we already know. It stands for? Awesome. And then what does the W stand for? What does W stand for? Yeah, it stands for what we want to know. It stands for? Awesome job. And then our last part, what does the L stand for? What does L stand for in our chart? Yeah, it stands for what we learned. It stands for? Awesome job, scholars. So make sure that you're turning on your listening ears right now. Making sure they're getting ready. So that way, when we're finished with our story, we're able to fill out our KW out chart. All right, awesome. All right, let's finish reading. Grassroot Highways. Some ants connect their anthills to food sources by a system of ant trails. Unlike scent trails, which are invisible, these trails can be easily seen. Construction crews remove grass and twigs to form paths 2 to 6 inches wide that may stretch over 600 feet. Wow. When food is plentiful, 1,000 ants per foot crowd the trail. Established ant colonies may travel over the same grassroot highways for many years. In forests, wood ants connect their anthills together by ant trails. Large wood ant colonies transport thousands of caterpillars and insects a day over their trails. Harvester ants construct their trails to wildflowers where they collect seeds. Surrounding their anthills, discarded seeds sprout into new plants. Some ant trails are so well preserved that larger animals such as deer and even people may use them as footpaths. Army ants form living bridges to cross streams by linking themselves together. Many kinds of ants dig tunnels under streams and other obstacles. Leafcutter ants can dig tunnels 500 feet long, which may bypass several streams. Harlow Shapley, an astronomer whose hobby was ants, tested their speed. He discovered that they ran faster on hot days. Scholars, right now, I want you to start looking at this page and either shout out or point. What is the heading of this page? What is the heading on this page? Yeah, it's an ant calendar. So, what do you think the main idea of this section is? What do you think the main idea of this section is? Wow, yeah, that's a pretty good answer. Well, let's see and find out if you're right. So, most ant calendar. Most insects and male ants live only a couple of months, but workers and queen ants live longer. Workers may live more than 4 years and queens 15 years. Working together, ants prepare for the different seasons. February, when the temperature is about 50 degrees, ants prepare the nest and search for food. March, as the warm weathers and food become more plentiful, the old queen begins laying eggs. April through May, ants collect honeydew, a sweet liquid, from aphids. Aphids feed on plants and convert the plant juices into honeydew. When an ant strokes the aphid with her antenna, the aphid releases a drop of honeydew, which the ant eats. June, the young queens and males fill the sky to mate. Then the young queens fly off to start a new colony while the old queen stays in the nest. July, picnic season is a busy time for ants. A colony of ants can devour a cookie in less than half an hour. Wow. August, throughout the summer, some ants may work all day and all through the night collecting food for the colony. September, as summer food sources decline, ants wage war to capture food and ant eggs. October, the queen lays her last eggs, which are eaten by the worker ants so they will survive the winter. November, ants winterize their homes by plugging up the holes. December through January, 3 feet underground, below the frost line, the colony huddles around the queen to stay warm. Each year, ants live and die, but the colony goes on. Some colonies live in the same nest for 80 years or more. Ooh, scholars, so was your answer right about what the main idea was on this page? Yeah, so this page was telling us about how ants do different things during different months and kind of their life cycle. Awesome job! Ooh, scholars. Our heading is kinds of ants. So I have a question. What do you think the main idea of this section will be, and how do you know? What will the main idea of this section be, and how do you know? Alright, if you have your answers, you can go ahead and shout them out. Yeah. So I also think that this page is going to be about all the different kinds of ants that there are, because our heading says kinds of ants, letting me know that this is what the main idea is going to be about. So different types of ants. Let's see if we're right. There are about 10,000 kinds of ants. Myrmecologists, scientists who study ants, believe that there are thousands more yet to be discovered. Although ants are similar, each kind of ant has distinct traits that enable to exist in its unique environments. We have cornfield ants, which are the most plentiful ants in the United States. We have little black ants, which are common to backyards and gardens, the ones that we mostly see. Argentine ants from South America, which first arrived in the United States on cargo ships in the 1890s. We have fire ants, which may sting people each year. We have acrobat ants, which often walk with their abdomens tilted up. We also have carpenter ants, which live in logs and old wood. We have wood ants, which live in 6 foot high anthills made of dirt and pine needles. We have honeypot ants, which live in deserts where they collect nectar and sap from plants. We have harvester ants, which collect seeds for food. We also have weaver ants, which live hundreds of feet up in the treetops of Africa, Asia, and Australia. We have leafcutter ants, which saw leaves from plants so fast that a colony can strip a tree overnight. Oh my goodness. We have army ants, which are among the most feared jungle insects. We have bulldog ants, which are the fiercest ants of Australia. We have trap-jaw ants, which can shut their wide jaws in less than 1,000th of a second faster than any animal. And each year, meteorologists travel around the world and peek into many hiding places to find new kinds of ants. Wow, say so cool. Awesome, let's keep on reading. Recycling the rainforest. Ooh, scholars, right now I just noticed kind of an important word in our heading, recycling. I think right now on this page, we're going to learn how ants recycle materials near them. Agree or disagree with me? I don't know, let's see. All right, recycling the rainforest. The rainforest is home to millions of animals. Each one plays a vital role there, but perhaps the most important tasks are done by one of the smallest animals, the ants. Inch by inch, ants patrol every corner of the rainforest. They eat insect pests, removing decaying animals from the forest floor, plant gardens and trees, and thin out plants that overcrowd the forest. Ooh, it says a column of army ants can attack 30,000 insect pests each day. This prevents maggots and roaches from overpopulating the rainforest. Wow. Ooh, how ants recycle leaves. Leafcutter ants harvest leaves and take them to the nest. In the process, they thin jungle overgrowth and return mulch from the crushed leaves to the soil. Using her mandibles like a saw, a foraging leafcutter cuts parts of a leaf from a tree. Marching home in long columns, thousands of foragers carry leaves over their heads. Below ground, millions of ants work like a factory processing the leaves. Workers chop the leaves, smaller ants smash the leaf bits into a damp paste. When the leaf paste can no longer grow fungus, it is pushed into dump chambers. As it decomposes, nutrients are released into the soil, which helps plants grow. Soon a fungus grows on the paste. Then garden ants, tinier than the foragers' heads, harvest the fungus, which is all the ants eat as food. Wow, scholars, so we just learned how ants recycle materials. So was I right? Yeah. Awesome job. All right, let's keep on reading. A dangerous world. Ooh. When you're only a quarter inch tall, the world can be a dangerous place. Every time an ant leaves home, there is a risk that she will not return. Horned lizards lap up ants as they exit the nest. Woodpeckers pick them off as they climb trees, and ant lions ambush them in sand pits. Sometimes ants are not safe, even in their own home. Say, oh no! Armadillos feast on burrowing ants, as does the biggest homewrecker of all, the giant anteater of Central and South America. 7 feet long and weighing as much as 70 pounds. A giant anteater can tear open an ant nest in minutes and devour 20,000 ants in one meal. Wow. Sand trap of no return. The antlion digs a circular sand pit and waits at the bottom. When an ant looks into the pit, the antlion tosses sand into the air to trap up the ant. The ant stumbles into the pit, and the antlion grabs it with its large pincers. Ooh, the giant anteater. The giant anteater is a slow, nearsighted, toothless animal that has escaped extinction for only one reason. It specializes in eating ants and termites. Thick bristles of hair protect the body from insect stings. Ooh. The stomach wall absorbs ant stings and has special muscles that crush ants so they can be digested. Say, ew. Oh, it also says they have 4-inch claws that can dig through hard dirt or tree trunks. And it has a 3-foot long tail with 15-inch hairs that sweep up escaping ants. And it's also showing us the worm-like tongue that stretches 19 inches beyond the mouth. The tongue is coated with gluey saliva, which causes ants to stick it. Then the long snout drives deep into the nest. Anteaters use their strong sense of smell to locate ants. The mouth opens only a 1/4 inch, about the width of a pencil. All right, let's keep on reading. Tunneling through time. Ants evolved from wasps more than 100 million years ago. They have been dodging footsteps ever since. As dinosaurs thundered above ground, ants dug out a home below. The mighty dinosaurs are long gone, but the little ant has survived. Today, myrmecologists search for the secrets of the ant's long existence and how those traits may benefit our society. They study ant fossils and prehistoric amber and observe the daily habits of ant colonies. Ooh, and I'm just going to read a couple. Actually, no, I'm going to ask you guys first. What do you guys notice on these pages? What do you guys notice? What text features are you noticing? Yeah, I'm noticing those text features too. I see a couple of diagrams and labels. Ooh, and some headings. Ooh, so I'm going to read this one right here where it says 1500s to 1800s. It says, when Europeans conquered the Caribbean islands, their forts were frequently invaded by ants. They offered rewards and prayed to Saint Saturn to stop the six-legged armies. Wow. Ooh, and then we have our heading up here that says, how amber is formed. Millions of years ago, an ant walks on a tree. Tree sap drips onto the ant. As the sap dries in the air, it hardens. Years pass and the tree washes out to sea. Tossed by the waves, the hardened sap sinks to the bottom. Tides wash the hardened sap against the shore, where it becomes a polished amber. The tunnel of time continues for the ants. The hard work inspires people today as it has for many centuries. Look down on a warm day and you'll probably find an ant. Drop a piece of food and an ant will probably find you. The end. All right, scholars, so we've just finished reading our story, The Life and Times of the Ant. So now we are about to fill the last part of our KW out chart. Say, oh yeah! Awesome. So right now, if you have your KWL chart from Wednesday, go ahead and grab that out, or you can go ahead and shout out what you learned in a couple of minutes, or actually a couple of seconds. So right now, I want you guys thinking or writing down, what did you guys learn today? What did you guys learn today? Taking some time to either think about it or writing it down on your own KW out chart. All right, and if you want, you can go ahead and start shouting out your answers. Wow, scholars, thanks for sharing what you learned today. You guys learned so much. I'm so impressed. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, so now these are just some of the things that I put down of what we've learned over the past 2 days. It's okay if it's not the same as yours. Got it? All right, so I put down that we learned that ants have been digging dirt for more than 100 million years. That ants lived in colonies, and ants are 1/16 and a ½ inch long. Wow, we have learned so much this week about spiders and about ants. Wow, and I just have a couple more questions for you guys. So, what stories have we been reading all week? That's right, we've been reading nonfiction books. We've been reading Ooh, nonfiction book chant, get ready, go. Nonfiction books are books about real things that teach us facts. Awesome. And we also know that sometimes in the beginning of our nonfiction books, there's a table of contents. There's a table of contents chants, get ready, go. Table of contents tells readers what page the section is on. And we also learn about some different text features in our stories. What are those three text features in our nonfiction stories? Yeah, we have headings, which are large and bold text that tell us what the main idea is. We have our diagrams, which explains what a picture is and how it works. And then we have our labels. We have our awesome. And then how have we been organizing our thoughts all this week? What have we been using? Yeah, we've been using our K-2 out chart. We've been using our and really quickly, what does K stand for? Yeah, what we already know. And W stands for? Yeah, for what we want to know. And then our L. What does L stand for? Yeah, for what we learned. Awesome job, scholars. You guys have been rocking it not only today, but also this whole entire week. I am so proud of you guys. So before we go, I have one more question that I would love for you guys to fill out on your own using your race response. All right, get ready. So the question is, why is it important as good readers we read nonfiction books? Why is it important as good readers we read nonfiction books? Got it? All right. Well, scholars, thanks for joining me today for another day of Read Aloud. Come back next week so you can see what book we are reading on Monday. All right. Bye, scholars.